Welcome everyone to your weekly energy forecast for the week starting the 18th of July. I hope you had a good week last week with all those beautiful energies. I did actually forget to mention one of the most important oppositions at the end of the week. So first of all, I'll bless my cards. So dear angels, saints and spirits from the divine white light, please bless my cards and give me clear insight, so mote it be. So so I didn't say about the Sun opposing Pluto, which was on Saturday. And so this energy is wanting us to transform and possibly pushing our own desires onto others to change. So it's really important to remember that we have no control over others, so try to focus on yourself. So this energy will be coming into the start of the week. So other than that, there's not much else happening at the start of the week other than that energy. So it is a quite hard aspect though, so it is something that we do need to be wary of, especially trying to change other people. So just remember that we can only change ourselves. We've got no control over anyone else. Midweek, Venus moves out of Leo and into Virgo, restoring health to ourselves and to our love lives. So this is a great time to formulate a healthcare routine and to show support to our loved ones, either through touch with massage or home-cooked meals. Long conversations are also a good thing. Just remember to listen as well, so make sure you've got that equal give and take happening in the conversation. It's not just one way. Okay, this one wanted to come out as well, so I'm just going to start laying down the cards. And then on Thursday, the 22nd, Venus opposes Jupiter. So now this is going to be quite an interesting energy as well, because Venus is in the sign of Virgo, which is the sign of perfection. So flaws of others will be brought to light and will be expanded by Jupiter. So little things will be attention will be getting drawn to little things and expanded. So it is just to remember that energy is happening. So try not to overreact, which can be hard sometimes. And yeah, try not to cause any unnecessary dramas during this energy as well. So staying grounded during this time is really, really important. And just try to be in the higher vibration of Venus, which is love and light and, trying to be making things comfortable for everyone. But the lower vibration of Venus, what a lot of people don't actually realize as well, is that the ancients used to know Venus as the goddess of war as well. So she was the goddess of war and she can get extremely jealous. So those are the lower vibrations of Venus. So because it's an opposition, again, with Jupiter, it will be, it is a very hard aspect. And Jupiter, as we know, expands everything that it touches as well. So that's why this will be amplified. So again, just make sure that you're coming from a place of love and using the high vibrations of Venus during this energy as well. Then on Saturday, we've got a beautiful aspect, which Mercury is trining Neptune. So this is going to be fantastic for increasing intuitive powers. So you're going to be very intuitive around this time. And also your psychic abilities will be enhanced as well. So it is important, really important, to follow your instincts this time and go with the flow. So if anything's nagging at you and you're just like, look, all the information is telling me to do this, but my gut is telling me to do that, go with your gut. That is the best advice that I can really give you for that energy. And because it is a trine, it will be easy as well. So usually the first thing that pops into your head is your natural instinct or your intuition. So therefore you really should try and follow that. If you start overthinking things too much, that's when it's not your intuition anymore, and that's where you're using your mind to try and navigate through those energies as well. So it is also a very powerful time for any dreams as well, because it's Neptune as well, so that's very dreamy qualities as well. So take note of any dreams that you have on the weekend. They could be very profound, very pathetic dreams as well. So always great to keep a dream journal and write down the things that you get, and also the feelings that you get as well, because dreams aren't always as they seem. It's usually the feeling of it, and also symbols as well. So spirit or guides or whatever it is that you believe in, your higher self, does seem to communicate through symbols and feelings, because that's the way that they can get through to us through the 3D. Anyway, let's see what the cards, so this one actually jumped out quite quickly. So the underlying energy is the King of Cups. Now this is a beautiful, beautiful energy. It is that unconditional love. It's being in control of your emotions as well. So it's very Venusian type energy. So that is a really lovely energy to have. And like I said, with this week, it is just important to make sure that we're in the high vibration of that, of Venus as well. So on Sunday we've got the chariot reversed. So usually it is forward movement. It's getting your divine masculine, divine feminine together, your shadow side and your light side together, so that you can move forward. When it's reversed, it's really saying that, yeah, something's not quite right, therefore you're not going to be able to move forward on something. So you don't have your heart and mind on the same page, therefore things are going to be at a bit of a standstill. This can be a very frustrating energy as well. Again, that would make sense with the Sun opposing Pluto. So it is, you can see things that the way they should be and how they should be, but it can be very frustrating when other people can't see that. But again, like I said, if you just focus on yourself and just work on yourself for the start of the week, that energy is likely to turn around. Then, so that was Sunday. Monday, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Now, it's funny, in the pre-shuffle that I had, this card actually came up before as well. So it is an energy of being left out in the cold, of being abandoned, that kind of thing. So very isolated as well. That's what I'm feeling with that, and especially with that little flower there by itself. It's all by itself. However, you just need to realize that there is help around you as well, that you can ask for help during this time period as well. I really do feel like this is really coming off the back of this Sun opposing Pluto. Like I said, it is going to be a very hard aspect, and it can make us feel like we're being shut out. So, but just again, remember that if you're feeling that way, it's best to go inward and do some work on yourself and give yourself some self-love. That is the remedy for that kind of an energy as well, and not try to overthink things. Then on Tuesday, we've got the Emperor. So again, this is the energy that I'm picking up as well. The Emperor is a very controlling energy as well. Like, it is encompassing all the four kings, and usually it's a very empowering energy, but that's not what I'm feeling from this card at this time. I really am feeling it's like a very controlling card. It's really wanting to make sure that that powers are being wielded and that people are listening, and it's that enforcing control. At the moment, in Australia, most of Australia's in lockdown at the moment, so that, I'm not laughing because it's not funny. We're all pretty over it actually at the moment, but that's where this controlling energy is really coming from. And again, I think it's off the back of this Sun opposing Pluto energy. So then on Wednesday, we've got the King of Pentacles. Now this one's a more loving energy. That is what I'm actually picking up with. And that is when Venus does move out of Leo and into Virgo. So this one is a great fatherly energy. It is a very nurturing energy. It is very caring. It's very abundant as well, looking after. It's not so controlling as the Emperor. It is the last. He's actually the last card in the whole tarot deck. Actually, it actually is the King of Pentacles. So if you look at the tarot, that's what we're kind of striving to become, this all-encompassing, in-loving, nurturing type of energy, which is very abundant. As you can see, he's got a huge coin there, which is, it's massive. But also what I'm being drawn to is the grapes as well, which is meaning abundance and, it's just having everything that you could possibly need in the earthly sense. So that's actually a really, really good energy as well. And like I said, with that energy of Venus opposing Jupiter, with Venus moving out of Leo and into Virgo, it is important for us to get into maybe a self-care routine, because Virgo loves routines. So that's a really good energy to try and be in. And again, that's self-caring, but also looking after other people as well. Then on Thursday, we've got the Four of Wands. So this one's a really lovely card as well. This is about celebrations, it's about unions, it's about coming together as well. So that is that Venus opposing Jupiter. So like I said, flaws can be brought to light, but again, if you're in that high vibration, there is every potential for it to be a really, really lovely day. So again, it's a nice time to be getting together with friends and family. That's what I'm really being drawn to there as well. There's people dancing and singing and having a good time. So that's what I'm really being drawn to. So just hang out with people that you love, and whether that be friends or family or work colleagues, whatever, and just try and have a jovial time. That's the kind of energy that I'm really trying picking up from that card. Then on Friday, we've got the Eight of Wands. Now, this is the communication card. So this is something that's coming in very quickly. As you can see, it's Wands energy. It's something passionate as well. So, and it also is a lot of back and forth as well. So it could be a lot of texting, toing and froing. So there's a lot of messages coming in. Now that could be to do with work as well. It could be to do with anything really, in any part of your life. But yeah, there is a lot of communication coming in, and it is going to be a lot of back and forth communication. That's what I see. Again, it's going to be very passionate, and with, again, that energy as well with Venus opposing Jupiter, it still seems like a nice energy. So even though it's an opposition, as you can see, it's flowering. That's what I'm being really drawn to with the wands. In not all the cards, they're flowering. So it means that it's a start of something good that is going to prosper, that is going to be abundant. So expect some communication to do with that. So it could very well have to do with love, life, relationships, career, anything like that. But yeah, expect some communication on Friday. On Saturday, we've got the Hierophant, or the High Priest in this card. So that is talking about old systems, religions, any institutions, that kind of thing. Again, I'm really being drawn to this kind of energy because it is touching the Emperor, and that kind of goes hand in hand. So I can really see that there is going to be like this pushing of things, of people or systems wanting to do things the right way or the old way. And it is going to be really, really hard to push for that change. And again, with that start of the week, people are very resistant to change at the moment. Obviously, people that are a bit more awakened or awoke won't be feeling that energy so much. It's just like, why don't you just go with the flow, and change is inevitable. this is what we're supposed to do. But there are a lot of people that don't like change. They're very resistant to it. And I do feel that energy trying to kick back in on Saturday. So again, like I said, we just need to remember to go back into, drop into our heart space and realize that we can't control, we have no control over other people, even though there are going to be the powers above, the powers be, politicians, whatever, are going to be trying to exert their power and control over the masses. That's what I'm really, really feeling with that kind of card. Again, it might be somebody in your life, in your workspace, or, you know, usually it can be, it's a wise person, it's a grandfather, it's somebody that you look up to as well. But I'm really not feeling it with that card. I'm really seeing it as an overarching type energy, like, for example, like politicians, that kind of thing. That's what I'm really feeling, that real push for power and a push for resisting change. So, yeah. So, again, follow your instincts on that day. Really, really important to do that. So it could be, you know, somebody that's giving you advice, somebody that you really admire or look up to as well. Again, if you're getting that instinct, it's just not right, then do what you think is right, honestly. So the universe is really testing us. That's another thing that I really do feel with this week as well. To see whether or not we will be going with the flow and using our instincts and our intuition. So let's see what other advice that we have from the universe. So yeah, like I said, last week was probably the best week that we've had in a long time. Even though, yes, there were, it was a little bit challenging. But yeah, like we are going to be coming into a few more challenging aspects. So we've got creation. So this is the beaver moon. So again, this is wanting, the universe is really wanting us to set about what we want to create in our lives, what's important for us, and what kind of new direction, new destiny that we want to create for ourselves. It could be a passion project, could be anything like that. But also I really do feel with this card as well that it's asking us to do maybe some creative projects as well. So maybe take a step back from everything that's going to be so serious as well, because I really do feel like it is going to be a bit of a struggle this week, and maybe focus on something creative. And yeah, with Venus in Virgo, they do like creative projects as well, so maybe beautifying your house, painting, singing, dancing, doing something creative is always going to be the best way of also getting in touch with your intuition as well. So that's another way that you can tap in and to be grounded as well, is to do something that you love doing and love creating. Let's see what we have from the Lovers Oracle as well. Like I said, it can be a very nice energy, and I think we just got to try not to, again, try to control things that we have no control over. So, like I said, with the powers that be, it's no use in getting worked up over it. It will eventually peter out. So this one, it says soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So that's really beautiful. So I guess that's for singles or somebody that's trying to manifest more love into their life. Even if you're coupled as well, you can never have too much love in your life, I guess. Anyway, with that, I hope you have a lovely week. And just remember that you are a star and let your light shine bright. And as always, love and light.